Hello, and welcome to Queer Abbey, the weekly chat show that is performed, recorded, and produced by yours truly. Welcome to the 40th episode of Queer Abbey. I am doing my best. If you can see, I am a little unkempt. It is 3 a.m. on Sunday. So, yeah. Well, this episode, I do not have a musical spotlight for you, and that is because I am busy and I'm working on lots of projects, and I just kind of got caught up. So instead, I'm going to do my makeup for you, which I thought would actually be really fun because I've always kind of wanted to do a makeup tutorial, and since I stayed my ass up until 3 a.m, I might as well do something. So let's go. I will talk, for the sake of it being a podcast while I'm doing my makeup. But I think I'm going to just focus on doing that. It's going to be kind of hard. I've never tried to use a camera as my reference. I have a little tiny mirror next to me too, but yeah, anyway, let's try it out. I have been wearing makeup since I was 14 years old, way before I came out as being trans or non-binary, or whenever I started using those words. Yeah, when I was 14 years old, I had just maybe 15. I had moved to Boise, and getting away from my hometown where I grew up of North Idaho, I just felt so much more free reign to be a little queer. And yeah, I went and I visited my sister back in North Idaho, actually. I just moved and I went to go see my sister in North Idaho again, and she took me to Ulta Beauty, and I was just oh my God, look at all of these beautiful things. Because I had always fantasized about makeup, and I had seen Drag Race by that point. So basically I was just waiting, chomping at the bit to put makeup on my face. And I know YouTube is still popular. I put this podcast on YouTube. And so that was the place that I had access to all of this content of drag queens and makeup artists and everything. And it absolutely just changed my life. So, yeah. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it's just things change and evolve. But I don't spend hardly any time on YouTube watching makeup tutorials and stuff. So I think all of my information is a little bit out of date, possibly. I don't know. But I still really enjoy it. I love to do makeup. Obviously, everybody likes being pretty. I think that's kind of the psychological drive behind behind the makeup. It's nice to feel beautiful for yourself. Where's my damn blush? This might end up being a little bit of an ASMR episode too. There it is. Ooh. It's a nasty makeup bag. Don't look at that. I have these cute ones though that I got kind of recently. Look, they're magic. Look at that. Magical. Okay. Let's get started. Sorry, that took me a second to get prepped. So I like to kind of start with a lot of the dark shades on my face. If I'm going to put on a lot of makeup, especially if I'm just doing everyday makeup, I'll put on a tinted moisturizer and then just mascara and blush and then call it a day. Some chapstick. But if I'm going to get a little glam, I like to start with some of the dark stuff and then go in with foundation and concealer afterwards. You'll kind of see what I mean. I think this mirror might be a little bit easier to use. Yeah. This is a cream, orange colored blush, which is kind of interesting. And it's going to look a little crazy at first, so just bear with me, okay? I sound so cliche. Oh my God, I sound I'm repeating all of the isms from makeup artists that I've watched on YouTube and stuff. I'm going to look so crazy. Just trust the process, okay? So basically, I'm taking this really bloody color and I'm creating this concentration of blush in my cheeks and on the end of my nose and a little bit on my chin. And this serves a couple of purposes. Blush kind of mimics blood, in your face, like a flush. And it can also sculpt your face depending on your skin tone. Like I'm obviously very pale, and so blush has a depth of tone compared to my skin tone, and it kind of can provide some, yeah, like planing to my cheek and everything. So I'll tend to take blush a little bit like into the hollows of my eyes right here and everything, and begin that process of kind of adding definition to my face, I guess. Because I'm not like super crazy about contouring necessarily, but I like to be thoughtful about my placement of blush so that it like accentuates the shape of my face and everything, you know? So anyway, I kind of get a little willy-nilly, and then that's the reason I do it first, is so that I can like, clean it up afterwards and just get it generally like slapped on in the spots where it needs to be. I put on some moisturizer and some chapstick before I started filming this video, but that's all that's on my face so far. Yeah, I really learned how to do makeup from drag queens, actually. Like when I was about 12, my sister, she's a very influential person in my life, I guess, as I talk about it, showed me RuPaul's Drag Race when I was like 12 years old, and I just became so interested in the fact that there were people who were like as feminine as I was, and yeah, I kind of always knew that I enjoyed feminine things and like wanted to be pretty, and I was always hanging out with girls when I was that age, so basically I just felt so validated and affirmed by the existence of other queer people. And then from there, you know, the internet allowed me to really hone in on that sort of online community. Although I don't know that I would call it a community, because the sense of connection that we get from things like this, like podcasts and everything, is so single faceted, you know? Like I learned a lot from it, and it's certainly valuable. Like I enjoy doing this, but there's a limit to how much you can really connect with people, you know? I guess that's true for anything in life. Okay, so we're gonna do the little blushy blush. Let's get a little brow going on. I'm really not into doing super crazy brows anymore. My brows have like darkened as I've gotten older. I used to have no eyebrows, and so when I first got into makeup, I was like all about like drawing on fucking crazy brows. And it was also like 2016, so. You know, it was the look. I have pictures of myself like far back on my Instagram where I just look absolutely crazy with these like blocky eyebrows drawn on. I think some of the important things to think about with eyebrows and blush are like the finite shape and like what they're suggesting about your bone structure, because makeup is basically informed by our anatomy. Not basically, it is. And so, yeah, if you're trying to create this like slightly, you know, lifted bone structure or whatever, which is not always an ideal, but it's something that gets said a lot in makeup, that you want to like lift your features up and do like your makeup upwards and not drag your features down. Although people want to look all sorts of different ways all the time. So anyway, just for the purposes of this, we're thinking like kind of drawn up a little bit, not too arched. Okay. Because my brows are naturally like, I don't know, they're not crazy arched. I guess they're kind of straight, but yeah. Do a little gel. It's so hard to see. Let's do this. I'm learning so much. Look at me. This is just like some like brown brow gel that I'm using. Fierce mother. Okay. Sorry to the podcast people. I keep getting focused on doing parts of my makeup. But hopefully, I guess you could watch it if you're listening to it on Spotify. Oh, I'm thinking about James Charles right now. That's kind of cursed. It just popped into my head. Well, you know what? I hope that diva's doing okay. I would assume that everybody who's listening knows who James Charles is. She's like a sort of scandalous kind of... Is she trans? I feel like James Charles could be trans. She could be one of us. One of us. One of us. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I think James Charles is actually just a very problematic twink, but, you never know. So, okay, now that I've got some of the darker stuff laid in, I'm actually going to do some eyeliner and then maybe like a little bit more like eye stuff. And then we're going to put on some like concealer. Where did I just sharpen to? Yeah, there it is. I have like an irrational dislike for sharpening makeup pencils, like eyeliner pencils and all sorts of little soft kohl type products. It's just so annoying. Like they break off so easily inside the sharpeners. So people need to invent something that like, I guess there's like those pencils that are like in the harder sort of casing. Those don't, I don't know. They all kind of, because if it's soft on the inside, like it like breaks off. It's so annoying. Anyway, this can be kind of hard. So now I'm creating more like depth, more shadows with now like a black eyeliner. And so with the blush, we're creating like a flush and like accentuating the hollows of my cheek. The eyebrows were like kind of really creating a little more darkness in the outside of my brow ridge, like to kind of make my eyebrow look a little sharper. And then with the eyeliner, we're going to create a little darkness, like really, like we're going to tight line so to create some like depth on our eyelid to make our eyes pop. And then we're going to drag it up a little bit, which I think creates a little bit of like an illusory effect where it like makes your eyes look a little bigger, you know? Everybody knows that. But I basically just kind of smudge it on and then get like a little bit like I'm like drawing a winged liner, but then I'm going to just like smudge it. And start small with the black because once you overcommit, you're kind of you're in it. Oh, this always makes my eyes water. I am a warrior of God. I can do this. I'm strong. Okay. She's not a Christian. I feel like I've gotten like so weird at work. Like I'm always like not making people uncomfortable necessarily, but I feel like I'm always surprising the general public. Like today, I work at a weed store and we have these little like zipper pull things. I don't know how to describe it. Like it's like a little charm, like that would go on a charm bracelet, but it goes on the end of a zipper. And it has like logo, like brand information on it. And this girl was like really fascinated by them and like picking them up and looking at them. And I just don't know why this came into my head. I looked at her and I go, oh, those are our mint air tags. They're actually only $4. And if you are smoking weed and you get scared, you go into a panic attack, you can press them. And we have a team that can come assist you with that. And for just a split second, she looked up at me like, what? Really? Wow. And then I'm like, no, I'm just kidding. But like, I don't know why I thought of that. She thought it was funny though. There's a few other interactions I had today. I don't know. I was just feeling weird. I've been so sleep deprived recently. Like last night I actually got a decent amount of sleep, but twice this week I only slept for like 2 or 3 hours, which is so bad for your health. And I feel like I'm like permanently like I'm like just tweaking for like days on end now because I didn't sleep enough. It's getting old, Dusty. I'm 24, so I'm like dying, I guess. Okay, getting on with the makeup. So yeah, that's great. I just want to basically try to get like the same amount of eyeliner on both sides. I'm not that close to the camera. That just kind of occurred to me. It might be annoying to you. I'll try to like give you like a little look-see. Just pick it up. Yeah. Cute. Okay. Let's keep going with our ASMR makeup. So I have like a little tiny brush, and then I'll use this to kind of smudge the black around. Just like a little tiny guy. A little flat shader. Shader? I hardly know her. So I'm going to drag it kind of like really close to my waterline. And then I'm kind of going to like make little strokes inward and blend it like in and up to kind of make like a little, like eyeshadow shape. And this is going to become pretty diffuse. It depends. If I want to do really dramatic makeup, I'll start like creating the shape, and then I'll go in with other eyeshadow. Like if I'm doing a neutral color, then I'll just like add more like brown and stuff to it, and like mix in some of my blush and everything and kind of blow it out, and then I'll add more black on top of it. But this is like a really great way to create an eye shape, like with a wet product or a cream product, taking it and controlling it with like a small little brush or your finger, which I'm going to use my fingers. Your fingers and the heat from your body do a really good job of blending this makeup, because it's meant to emulsify with heat or be emollient. I don't know which word to use. One of those things. I'm like holding my breath doing this. Like I'm like so yeah, I'm making all the shapes. The world is such a catastrophe right now. I wonder why I keep staying up until the middle of the night and everything, and I'm like, oh, it must be school. I'm just stressed and everything. But like, it's a mess right now. Okay, so you see what I mean. I'm kind of just like did like regular eyeliner, and then I'm doing this little grungy like smoke upward, which I'll probably take a little bit of it away. A little bit of that away. Okay. It's 4 a.m. We're doing our best. I think you get what I mean. Oh my god, this is so fun. I've always wanted to do a makeup tutorial. Or I don't know if this is a tutorial or like maybe a demonstration of awkwardness. Yeah, for the sake of pigmentation, it's always good to start with like cream or wet products and then set them with like a dry powder product, because the alchemy of makeup, those things bond together and create like a nice solid kind of base. Okay, this one looks much better than this one. It's because I dragged it too far. It's okay, we can fix it. So yeah, we're just making the suggestion of a crease, because I wouldn't say hooded eyes necessarily, like a little bit. I have like fat that covers just like a tiny bit of my eyelid, right? Because when I go like this, I have like these large eyelids, and then the fat does hang down a little bit, but they're not like crazy hooded or anything. So I'm basically kind of just going a little above the shape that is there. I don't have a lot of space to do eyeshadow looks, so I tend to stick with things that are like kind of diffuse and centered just around the edge of my eye. I don't do a lot of winged liner either, because like I don't know why. I feel like with my face shape, like it doesn't, it's like something like is wrong. Like I usually just don't like winged liner on myself. Oh my god, this is gonna be long. It's like 20 minutes long already. Okay, I'll hurry up. So, okay, we're starting with all this bullshit. We can kind of move on from that. It doesn't take that long. Okay. Little blush and kind of. I can literally do this makeup in like 5 minutes if I'm really focused. I'm just like chit-chatting. For you all. So now let's start in with some actual like foundation products. I really like Maybelline Fit Me foundation, but like I was mentioning earlier, it's been like a long time since I've been in the game, like actually paying attention to makeup that's coming out and everything. So I don't know if there's better stuff, honestly. For right now, because I'm doing this sort of piecemeal approach, since I'm wearing a little bit more makeup, I'm going to put on concealer. Sometimes like I do just put foundation all over my face and then put stuff on top of it. But this is a fun way to like sculpt your makeup. So I'm going to put this, skin tone concealer. It's not too light, and I'm going to use it to clean up this line of like blush and everything, and then conceal like my little stubble and mustache. And I was like squeezing out the like my blackheads on my nose. Sorry, that's gross. I was like squeezing my blackheads on my nose, and it kind of bruised my nostrils right here. So I'm going to make sure I get some concealer there. I'm also going to like put a decent amount of blush on the end of my nose. That's like a stylistic choice more than like a, must do. But I'm still in my little e-girl phase, even though it's not 2019 anymore. I like to put blush on the end of my nose. God, I feel like I'm being like so overly thorough because I'm on video right now, like getting every little crevice and everything. Like normally I just slap this makeup on. Make sure to get... I have a different concealer that I like for like larger areas. This Age Rewind one. It's not a particularly good or like high coverage concealer, but it's just easy to like go like this. So sometimes I like blend the other one with it too a little. I kind of like start that. I have a sponge that I'll use. I don't put very much makeup on my forehead. Like I kind of just need it to like match the rest of my face. So that's the purpose of just putting like a little there. I kind of start this. I'm probably going to conceal underneath my eyebrows, so I don't put too much there now. Okay. I'm going to put a different tone of concealer that is brighter right underneath my eye. Just like not too much, just a little bit for... Well, that looks like a lot, actually. Oh, well. But it's to, like, brighten stuff. Okay, we're going to need to blend that out a little bit. I did kind of a lot. Whoop, whoop. Oh, no, I got some of the black in it. Oh, no, that's not good. Where did that come from? Okay, I'm smart. I can fix this. I got like a fleck of black in my concealer. That's not good. Just like a little tiny bit of black in your wet concealer. It like kind of grays it out, which is so annoying because it like makes all of your makeup look a little off tonally. But basically the theory with the concealer and the brightness under your eye is that it creates it brings a little bit more light to your cheekbones, so it makes it look as if your face is shaped a little bit like more forward, like under your cheekbones. And it also brings forward the plane under your eye so that it's not apparent that you have like these eye bags, which actually are there, but because of the difference in color, your eye just interprets it differently. It's like, oh, that's flat. So you can sort of, I don't know, I guess flat. Oh, that's where it's coming from. That's why. Yeah, I put on like a lot of eyeliner. I'm really excited, I guess. I've been listening to a lot of Marina and the Diamonds recently. Been into that vibe. I guess I'm nostalgic for the past a little bit right now. Kind of opened with that, talking about doing makeup and talking about makeup tutorials. Forgot I have like pimples up here that I need to cover. So with pimples, you kind of want to like treat it like you're spackling a hole in a wall. It's very similar. Like they're raised, right? Like a pimple is like your flesh is like this, and then the pimple is like like a bump pustule in there that's made of like sebum and oil and shit. And you need to kind of like put the foundation over it, and it's good to use like a creamy one because it like lays over it, and then like try to not like fuck with it too much and like blend it too much. You just want to blend like around it and like leave that there, just like when you're spackling a wall, like you just kind of like over the hole, because if you start to disturb it too much, then it like sinks into the depth, or the, like in this case, the dimensions of the pustule. Trust the process. Trust the process. In this stage where the makeup is all wet, I love it. It's so fun. I spend the most time here, like kind of like just blending and getting everything in the correct proportion. And so I think you see why I like do the things in the order that I do, because it like allows me to move everything around for a while. I think a lot of like drag performers and people who wear like heavy, like long term makeup do this, like porn makeup and drag makeup and stuff like that. Pageants. They know. You get a Q-tip. Now, inevitably when you do your makeup, you get like gunk in your eyes. It's annoying. I gotta keep doing that, dumbass. Like smudging. put my hair in a little clip. Okay. We continue. Okay. A little bit more coverage going on. So now I'm just trying to kind of balance the lightness of the two concealers, since I did put kind of a lot of that light concealer under my eyes. And then I'm adding a little bit more coverage on my little jawline, like cheek kind of area. I feel like 90% of me doing my makeup is just me looking into this mirror like Melania Trump, like, like, get it together, diva, come on. Okay. Okay. Just kind of continually shaping this little line that we made with the eyeliner. I think that, honestly, calm down. I really like doing the really big shape and then taking away from it, because it, like, the layers underneath each other create a lot of like cohesion and blending, you know, because your skin is made of so many layers, you know, and to emulate that with the makeup makes it look a little bit more finished and like nice, you know. Yeah, it's gonna be a long ass video. I'll hurry up. I keep saying that. This is my real personality you're getting to know now. Me just like ADHD being like while like doing my makeup and being late for something. Okay, a little bit more blush. We're gonna get in some powder and stuff soon. This is makeup I'll probably do if I was like going to the club or something. Ooh, low power mode. Damn, better hurry up. Okay. Okay. Now, because we are very shiny from all of this wet product, powder. How about the good? I swear I just had that. I'm losing stuff. Oh no. Oh well, that'll do. Oh well. So the powder kind of just takes some of the moisture away from the makeup and like sets it, right? ASMR, Kiki time. Ooh, Kiki time. I love Kiki Palmer. She's so cunty. What a like charismatic and fun person. If I could switch bodies with Keke Palmer, I would. Although that's not fair. I feel like anyone is a downgrade from Keke Palmer. Like, but I don't know that. Maybe she wants to be. Maybe she wants to be me. Enjoy all the fruits of this lifestyle that I live. Where I'm gonna go to work in like 6 hours from now. And I haven't slept yet. But this is important to me too. So yeah, the shininess kind of like is a giveaway to like your bone structure. So once you create some like matteness with the powder in like not the high points of your face, like on your jaw and everything, you mattify that and it makes it a little bit more like, I don't know. It makes the blush make a little bit more sense. Hard to explain. Oh, I didn't blend that very well. I'm certainly not used to doing my makeup in this tiny mirror. It's interesting. I'm having fun though. Okay, this looks fine. I kind of want more powder. I had like a larger thing of powder and I don't know where it went. Let's go get it. Oh, there it is. Found it. So I like to like really, the only area in my face that needs like a lot of powder, it's just like a kind of a light, thorough layer like everywhere else. And then right here is where I really need the powder to like hide texture. In the areas where I grow facial hair. Okay. Okay. I don't know if it's like, this is like literally barely there because I keep dropping it. This is like a very pinky pink blush. The other blushes I've used are very like bloody colored kind of. This one just goes like kind of on the apples of my cheeks, my nose. Let me get a little bit into the eyes a little more. I'm taking like a little bit of a taupey kind of color and just smoothing out some of that black eyeshadow, or like black pencil rather, that's still kind of wet. Making sure that that is all set and everything. Still kind of following the shape that I originally made, that's now just kind of blown out. Oh, it's all right. Okay. I keep clicking that closed. Okay, cute. I like it. I like it, Picasso. Let's do a little bit of a shimmery shimmer. Yeah. So now I'm going to take some highlighter, just kind of finishing off the skin. And the highlighter just goes in the high points of your face because in order to mimic that kind of natural texture of skin, it needs to be shiny. Skin is not completely, dry and matte. So on the highest part of your cheekbone and the highest part of your cupid's bow and your nose and even like kind of the ridge of your brow, those are all good spots to put a little bit of highlighter. Not like a... Honestly, I go like a little heavy on my cheeks. I just like highlighter. Again, it's that 2016 bitch in me. But you should do what you want, If you enjoy still having those blocky eyebrows, then you should have them, mother. Little shimmer on the lids too. Just kind of rub it in with that pencil. Creates a pretty effect. It's like a very glossy, smoky eyelid. Okay. Might go with just a touch more to really just define the edge of my eye. Very good. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Let's get a little bit of a lip color on there. So it's one of the only things that's kind of out of balance still. Let's try powder both sides under my eye. Most frequently, I just do a really similar color to my blush, that kind of tiramisu colored. I think that's just what this is called. I don't know why I said tiramisu colored. I don't know, pinky, neutral pink kind of color. This is a NYX gloss. I really like these. I think these are popular still. It just has a nice pigment to it, and it's not super sticky, which is cool. I really like to do black lipstick sometimes. That's kind of fierce. So now I'm pretty much just gonna do mascara and then any other little final touches. That's what I would normally do. Sound still going? Yeah, great. Well, I wonder if this is entertaining. I've been literally doing my makeup for just 45 minutes, so. Woohoo! I'm gonna be pulling some crazy mascara faces. Get ready. There's just no way to put on mascara without looking like an absolute psychopath. You gotta do it. And also somehow groaning a little. Also, the way that I'm literally gonna like just fucking smoke weed and then go to bed after this, like that's crazy. Why am I even doing this? But it's actually fun. I like it. If I had the time and like will to live, I would put on makeup every day. But I have to go to school and work every day, and it's annoying. And I don't want to wake up at like 6 in the morning to do that. I really like this mascara. It's a Lancome one that my friend gifted to me, which, Ashland, I love you. Maybe you'll listen to this, darling. She gave it to me for my birthday, which was really sweet. It's like a slightly nicer mascara than I would ever really buy for myself, which was such a thoughtful gift. Like, that's so nice. Giving somebody like a nice mascara. I'm gonna have a Capri Sun after this, and it's gonna hit so hard. Just so you know. Oh, kind of got me. I was like, oh. Oh. Mascara. Putting mascara on other people is so hard for no reason. Like, it's actually like feels like life or death. I don't know what it is about it too. Like, you can do all the little tips and tricks and it's just like, it feels like you're like a fraud and a failure if you like get mascara on someone when you're doing their makeup. When actually it's like fine. You can just like kind of wait for it to dry and then like flake it off, but all right. I really like the appearance of like very feathery lashes. So I spend a lot of time kind of like going to the root of my lash and then like really flicking it outwards. I don't like to concentrate a lot of the mascara like at the end of my eyelash. And then I kind of put it, I guess, all the way in, but I don't put a ton of mascara on my inner lashes. But I don't want it to look like I have a like eyelashes, and then it just like stops at one part of my eye. So I kind of like just want to pigment the inner ones. Honestly, this is like the base for just like any makeup I put on myself, because I could certainly put more eyeshadow like underneath my eye. I could put different colors for like, instead of using like a neutral like taupe to like smoke it out, or like my blush, you could use, greens and darker greens to like create shapes. You could do different colored lips here. Lots of fun stuff you can do. You can add like colored eyeliner instead of doing the like smoky kind of blowout thing. You could do like a graphic liner instead. Like I said, that's just kind of not my gig. I kind of always do like some sort of smoky eye. Okay, am I done? It's one of the only other things I really like to do besides obsess over like putting more blush and then like, getting a little crazy, is spraying myself with something that's like liquidy. Does this look good? The way it's like 4 a.m. and I cannot tell if this looks good or not. I keep vacillating my brain like, this looks great, this looks terrible. Oh well. But okay, so then we're gonna do a little spritz. You got a spritz to finish it off. A little just like rose water situation. You know what it is? It's because I need to lighten up under my brow a little bit. That's why I'm questioning myself. Where did I put that? It's most tempting to give in when you're almost at the top. Where with every careless action you let me slip away. If you just bought me flowers, maybe I would have stayed. Where? Oh my god, what am I looking for? I forgot. I was just started thinking about Marina the Diamonds. I wanted my concealer brush, but I don't know where it is. Fuck. Oh my god, I'm tired, mama. Okay, well, you know what? I'll use my finger. That's what we're doing today. Honestly, that worked fine. I'm just taking kind of a light eyeshadow and brightening up just under my brow a little bit, because that's a pretty high point on your face. So when you darken your brow bone, it like suggests a lot about your bone structure. Like it kind of like looks interesting, because naturally our brow bone is not often like less prominent than our other parts of our face. So that's why I try to kind of delineate my brow a little bit with some lightness so that it doesn't... Oh my god, I just put that in the wrong... I'm tired, bitch. I thought I was like putting it like up there and I put it like on my eyelid. Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's awesome. Lighten it, brighten it up. Just kind of scrubbing out little details on my eyes. Okay. Yeah, I really got to call that good and go to bed, dude. Well, you all, let's get a little look. Let's getting close here. Huddle in. How did I do? How was my 3 a.m. beat? Was it good? This is the makeup. Oh no, I thought I saw a spot. It's just a shadow. This is the makeup that I like wear to school and stuff. It's not too crazy. Just like some foundation. I wear kind of a lot of blush. Shiny lips. Thanks for chatting with me. I will be more responsible next week, I promise, and I will get a music spotlight going. I'm just doing my best because I'm busy, okay? Thank you for listening or watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your week, okay?